Welcome back to the Oakleaf Sports Report. I'm your host, Sean Dougherty, and as always, it's my pleasure to bring to you everything you need to know in the world of Bear Cub sports. So far, it has been a great fall semester of Bear Cub sports action. Both soccer teams have been exceptional so far. Volleyball continues their dominance in the Big 8 Conference as they have for the last 5 to 10 years, and the wrestling team has been a force to be reckoned with so far. So let's get the show on the road with a trip to the gridiron and your Bear Cub football team, who started this season playing great football, beating Mendocino in the season opener by 31 points and then traveling to Pleasant Hill and upsetting Diablo Valley College. The Bear Cubs look poised and ready to take control of their season. But their losses to Sac City and American River has slowed the momentum created by the team's early season victories. And on Saturday, the Bear Cubs traveled to Fresno to take on the third-ranked team in Northern California, Fresno City College. The Bear Cubs started off on the wrong foot when, on the first possession of the game, quarterback Christian McLevain was intercepted by Fresno's Trevor Baker. The Bear Cubs defense would force Fresno to punt on their first set of downs. Fresno's punter, David Garcia, would kick a 38-yard punt to pin the Bear Cubs at the goal line to start their second possession of the game. McLevain would engineer a nice 100-yard drive that ended with a 38-yard pass to Logan Valencia for the Bear Cubs' only score of the game. From that point on, it was all Fresno. In the final, Fresno City 22, Bear Cubs 6. This week, the Bear Cubs have their much-needed bye week, and hopefully Coach Simons can get the offense going when the Bear Cubs open up the conference schedule. However, it will not be easy, as the first conference game will be the Bear Cubs' third straight road game, and it's against another top 5 team in NorCal. The Bear Cubs will travel to Oroville to take on number 2 Butte, who are a very good and very tough football team. That game is on October 13th at 1 p.m. So far this season, both of the Bear Cubs soccer teams are playing exceptionally well. The first place men's team has been rolling, and last week, the boys hosted American River on Tuesday and rolled to a 3-0 victory. Then on Friday, traveled to Stockton to face Delta and won 4-2. The Bear Cubs have been firing on all cylinders this season and so far are undefeated in conference play. They hold a 3-0 record in conference games. The Bear Cubs are also 7-2-1 overall. This week, the Bear Cubs only have one game on the schedule, and that is a home game Friday against Cosumnes River at 4 p.m. The defending state champs, the Bear Cubs women's soccer team, is also playing well. However, they did hit a speed bump when they traveled to Rockland on Tuesday to face Sierra in a conference showdown. The Bear Cubs came up a little short in the 1-0 defeat. But the Bear Cubs wouldn't let that keep them down for long, as they bounced back with a 7-0 drubbing over Modesto later in the week. The Bear Cubs still have not allowed a goal in the games in which they have won this season and are currently 2-1 in conference play and 5-2 overall. This week, the defending state champs will host American River on Tuesday and then take to the road when they head to Stockton on Friday to take on Delta. Every school has their teams that need improving. And even though the Bear Cub athletic program is one of the best in the nation, our sport that has not fared well is our water polo teams. The men's team traveled to Modesto to take on Modesto and lost 18-10. This week, the Bear Cubs will look to improve any way they can as they head to Sacramento to compete in the American River tournament. The Bear Cubs are 0-3 in conference play and 3-8 overall. The women's team traveled to San Luis Obispo to compete in the Cuesta tournament and went 1-3 on the day. The Bear Cubs lost to Riverside in the first game 19-6, then lost the second game to Orange Coast 14-3. Then American River took their turn, beating the Bear Cubs 8-1. But in the final game of the tournament, the Bear Cubs prevailed in a close game, beating their host Cuesta 8-5. The Bear Cubs are 1-2 in conference and 2-10 overall. Both teams have improvements to be made, and there is time left, but it has to happen sooner than later. The Bear Cub wrestling team has been great so far this season, and last week the team competed in the 2012 Golden Eagle Invitational hosted by West Hills College in Lemoore. It was a good showing by the Bear Cubs, who finished 4th overall and currently are 3-0 in dual meet action this season. I want to give mention to some of the Bear Cubs who did well, starting with a 2nd place finish in the 149 weight class by Blake Borges, and another 2nd place finish by Bud Gwynn in the 285-pound weight class. Up next, the Bear Cubs will compete Thursday in Sacramento against Sac State. One final note on wrestling: on October 24th, the Bear Cubs will be hosting Skyline at 7 p.m. And before the match gets started, the JC will be welcoming 3-time NCAA champion Anthony Robles, who went on to win those 3 titles despite only having 1 leg. Anthony Robles is a motivational speaker and is highly regarded in the wrestling world. And this will be a great event, so don't miss it. The Bear Cub volleyball team is the definition of consistency. The ladies are off to another great start in conference play. Last week, the Bear Cubs opened up their conference schedule here at home against Diablo Valley and swept through DVC in 3 sets by the scores of 25-12, 25-14, and then finally 25-17. Then on Friday, the Bear Cubs hosted Sac City and swept through that game as well, this time by the scores of 25-12, 25-16, and 25-22. The Bear Cubs continue their conference schedule this week when the Bear Cubs travel to Sacramento to take on Casumas River on Wednesday, and then come home for a Friday night showdown against Delta here at 6:30. The Bear Cubs are 2-0 in conference play and 10-2 overall this season, are looking as strong as ever. Finally, we have a few announcements. First, come out to the tennis courts on Saturday, October 27th, as Santa Rosa Junior College will honor Bear Cub coaching legend Izzy Durkis by naming the tennis courts after the coaching icon. Ceremony starts at 11 a.m. and refreshments will be served, so join me for this truly monumental occasion. And then this Thursday, the Junior College is hosting the SRJC Community Golf Tournament at Oakmont Golf Course. Registration starts at 8 a.m. and the first tee time will be at 10. There will be a breakfast bar, prizes, a dinner, and a lot of other great stuff going on out at the golf course. So join me and come out for a great day of golf and fun. That's all for this week's show, and thank you for joining me, Sean Dougherty. And remember, you can only win the games in which you play, so play the game. Go Bear Cubs.